Recent reports have suggested that a secret US project to develop an aircraft that defies physics has begun testing the platform. This craft provides an enormous leap forward in technological engineering, and with the recent conflict in Palestine, fears are growing that as allies to Israel, this superweapon could be tested against them. The situation between Israel and Hamas is fraught with tension and unpredictability. As Palestinians, one of our most significant apprehensions is Israel's undeniable technological edge and superior weaponry. There are growing reports that the latest US innovation in aircraft technology may be making its way to the region to conduct live tests. This project has been the subject of speculation for nearly 10 years. But this latest conflict has reignited the idea that it could be involved in supporting American allies overseas. This advantage is evident in their advanced military vehicles, equipment, and strategies, which often leave us feeling vulnerable. A major point of anxiety is the potential for escalation. The conflict could intensify rapidly, especially with the potential involvement of regional players like Hezbollah. Their past alliances with Hamas, notably during the 2006 Lebanon War, make their potential participation a grave concern. In that conflict, Hezbollah, with an arsenal of approximately 15,000 missiles, many supplied by nations like Iran and Syria, caused significant damage to northern Israel. Reports suggest that their missile capabilities have since increased exponentially, both in quantity and quality. These advanced missiles can reach farther and with more precision, posing a heightened threat to Israel. Beyond Gaza, there's the ever-present volatility of the West Bank. Any significant military action by Israel in Gaza could provoke reactions from factions in the West Bank, escalating the conflict further. From a strategic standpoint, Israel's potential engagement on multiple fronts might compel them to make broader strategic moves. For instance, they might consider confronting Iran directly, aiming to influence its regional allies. Central to these concerns is the tragic impact on civilians. They are often the most affected in such conflicts, facing the immediate horrors of war. This not only results in immediate suffering, but could also complicate future peace negotiations. Looking at the shifting geopolitical landscape, whispers of the US developing an anti-gravity airplane have been gaining traction. As tensions rise, particularly with the onset of Russian aggression against Ukraine, the world's optimism for a peaceful reconfiguration in the third millennium seems to be waning. The harsh reality is that power dynamics, as history has shown, are often determined on the battlefield. In this context, nations are compelled to innovate, pushing the boundaries of technology to develop unparalleled weaponry that leaves adversaries scrambling. One such novel technological advancement that has been the subject of much speculation is the creation of an anti-gravity hypersonic airplane. This concept, though shrouded in mystery, promises to revolutionize aerial warfare. But what exactly is an anti-gravity airplane? And could the technology actually be produced? Rumors surrounding the development of such an aircraft have ebbed and flowed since the 1980s. These speculations, though often dismissed, have seen periodic resurgences, with a significant spike in interest around 2014. On a particular evening, November 29, 2014, an eerie phenomenon occurred. Residents across the southern regions of the UK and the eastern coast of the US reported hearing a series of loud, unexplained noises, reminiscent of gunshots or distant explosions. A recording of this peculiar sound, captured by a Londoner on a mobile device, soon made its way to the internet. The origin of these sounds remains a mystery, leading to a plethora of theories. Among the most intriguing of these theories is the speculated flight of the enigmatic US Air Force project, dubbed Aurora. Media outlets were quick to remind the public of past sightings of peculiar airborne objects, described as vast black wings soaring across the sky. While some were quick to label these as unidentified flying objects, UFOs, others were adamant that extraterrestrial beings were not the culprits. Instead, they believed that these sightings were tests of a top-secret US aircraft, potentially heralding a new era in aviation and military power. In the spring of 2006, another curious incident caught the attention of aviation enthusiasts and experts alike. Journalist Nick Cook unveiled a photograph showcasing a distinct inversion trail, originating in Nevada and spanning the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. Yet, the aircraft responsible for this trail was conspicuously absent from the image. While some experts initially speculated that the trail was left by a ballistic missile, evidence suggested otherwise. Seismic sensors in Southern California detected a series of anomalous sonic booms, but these weren't originating from the ground. Instead, they echoed from the vastness above. Upon further analysis by former NASA experts, it was deduced that these sonic disturbances were produced by an aircraft soaring at an impressive altitude of 27 kilometers. Even more astonishing was its calculated speed, clocking in at a staggering 4,500 miles per hour or approximately 7,000 km/h. Such specifications seemed more fitting for a spacecraft than any known aircraft. And with no recorded launches on that particular day, speculation ran wild. Were extraterrestrial visitors making a brief pit stop, or was there something larger at play? Relentless journalists, in their quest for answers, turned to their contacts within the Pentagon. The information they unearthed was nothing short of sensational. Reports and leaked information began to emerge of the top-secret TR-3B Black Manta aircraft, a jewel in the crown of the Aurora project. As details began to surface, the TR-3B Black Manta was described as a leap forward in modern engineering. It was said to possess a hybrid engine, combining turbojet technology with straight-through circuits. At hypersonic speeds, this engine would operate through pulsating fuel combustion similar to controlled explosions, enabling it to achieve speeds 10 to 15 times greater than the speed of sound and reach altitudes of 35 to 36 km. Yet, the most revolutionary feature of the TR-3B Black Manta was its rumored anti-gravity device. This mechanism, if it indeed existed, had the potential to render a massive aircraft as weightless as a feather. Such a feat would demand immense power, leading to speculations of an onboard compact nuclear reactor fueling this technological wonder. The world of aviation stood at the cusp of a new era, with the TR-3B Black Manta at its forefront. The aerodynamic specifics of this clandestine aircraft remain secret aside from the occasional rumor. Its design bears a striking resemblance to the iconic F-117, an aircraft notorious for its brick-like flight dynamics. However, when an aircraft can achieve speeds of 37,000 km/h and soar to altitudes of 27 kilometers, traditional aerodynamics become somewhat moot. To many, the term anti-gravity might sound like the stuff of science fiction, a fantastical concept far from the grasp of current human understanding. The idea of defying gravity, one of the universe's fundamental forces, might seem audacious. After all, gravity is an intrinsic property of any material object. But let's take a moment to reflect on history. In the 19th century, the concept of submarines was deemed a wild fantasy. Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which chronicled the adventures of the submarine Nautilus, was met with astonishment by contemporary society. Fast forward a century, and colossal nuclear submarines, spanning the length of 2 football fields and towering as high as a 10-story building, have become a reality. And it's worth noting that since Verne's time, the pace of technological advancement has only quickened. So, is it truly far-fetched to believe that humanity might be on the cusp of unlocking anti-gravity technologies? Interestingly, the digital realm is already abuzz with purported schematics of anti-gravity devices. These designs don't defy any known laws of physics. They steer clear of fantastical concepts like gravitational wave shields. Instead, at the heart of these anti-gravity mechanisms is a ring-shaped particle collider. Within this collider, mercury vapor is set into rapid rotation and heated to extreme temperatures, reaching several thousand degrees. At such intense heat, the mercury vapor transitions into a plasma state, a charged soup of electrons and mercury ions. When these ions are accelerated to near-light speeds, the collider generates a massive ring of electric current, measured in the millions of amperes. Now, drawing from basic physics principles, we know that a circular electric current produces a magnetic field, with its vector pointing perpendicular to the current's rotational plane. This generated magnetic field, through its interactions, holds the potential to unlock the secrets of anti-gravity. The implications of such a discovery would be monumental, reshaping our understanding of the universe and the very fabric of reality. The interplay between the Earth's magnetic field and anti-gravity technology is a subject of profound intrigue. While some might argue that the presence of an onboard nuclear reactor negates the need for anti-gravity, such a perspective overlooks the nuances of aerospace dynamics. Have you ever wondered why airplanes are more fuel-efficient than rockets, despite our frequent reliance on the former for travel? The answer lies in an airplane's ability to harness the Earth's atmosphere. Airplanes utilize the ambient air not only as a component for combustion, but also as a medium to generate lift. This atmospheric bounty is freely available, and while environmentalists might cringe at the thought, it's a resource we don't have to account for financially. Anti-gravity engines, in a similar vein, tap into the vast reservoir of energy from the Earth's electromagnetic field. While this explanation might seem simplistic, the underlying mechanics of anti-gravity technology are intricate and complex. It's worth noting that a series of patents central to the core technology of the TR-3B, encompassing both the anti-gravity actuator and its energy source, were filed with the US Patent Office. The man behind these patents, Salvador Pais, a physicist affiliated with the US Navy, submitted them in August 2020. The allure of anti-gravity extends beyond just military applications. It captivates the scientific community as well. Imagine the revolutionary implications of being able to diminish the mass of an aircraft through electromagnetic propulsion, potentially even to the point of rendering it weightless. It's no wonder that esteemed institutions like NASA, the US Air Force, and Lockheed Martin have delved into theoretical explorations of manipulating inertial mass. Experts speculate that the TR-3B Black Manta, equipped with conventional engines positioned at its extremities, possesses unparalleled aerial agility. This aircraft is believed to be capable of executing a combination of rapid, high-velocity maneuvers, from executing flawless right-angle turns to achieving staggering accelerations. The horizon of aerospace technology is expanding, and with it, our understanding of what's possible in the skies above. The TR-3B Black Manta, with its fascinating new technology, is evidence of the leaps in aerospace innovation. One of its most remarkable features is the plasma it produces, which not only propels the aircraft, but also significantly diminishes its radar footprint. This reduced radar signature is invaluable for covert operations, enabling the TR-3B Black Manta to seamlessly infiltrate any airspace undetected by conventional air traffic or defense mechanisms. Moreover, the inclusion of an onboard nuclear reactor with its vast energy reserves paves the way for the TR-3B to be equipped with state-of-the-art laser weaponry. It's noteworthy that Lockheed Martin, a pioneer in aerospace technology, had already delivered its high-powered laser weapon, Lance, to the US Air Force by early 2022. Many speculate that the TR-3B Black Manta is the enigmatic black triangle frequently reported over the Antelope Valley, a desert region in Southern California that has long captured the fascination of UFO enthusiasts. Sightings of this elusive black triangle have predominantly been reported in the US and the UK, America's staunchest ally. One can't help but wonder why these unidentified flying objects seem to have a particular affinity for these two nations, especially when countries like Russia and China boast secretive military installations primed for extraterrestrial curiosity. The proximity of the Antelope Valley to renowned military research and testing hubs such as Edwards Air Force Base and US Air Force Plant 42 adds another layer to the mystery. This region is just 60 miles from the bustling heart of Los Angeles. While the US government remains tight-lipped, denying the existence of the TR-3B, history has shown that official statements can be misleading. The U-2 spy plane of the 1950s, the SR-71 jet from the 1980s, and the stealthy F-117A are prime examples of aircraft that the US Air Force initially denied, only for them to later be unveiled. All these aircraft trace their origins back to the famous Area 51 base in Nevada, a place shrouded in secrecy and the epicenter of countless conspiracy theories. It was only in June 2013 that the CIA, one of the most clandestine agencies of the US government, acknowledged its existence. This acknowledgement came as a result of a Freedom of Information Act request that had been lodged 8 years prior. This raises a compelling question. If such a secretive facility could be kept under wraps for so long, could the existence of a groundbreaking aircraft like the TR-3B Black Manta also be concealed from the public eye? Every day, countless individuals, ranging from engineers and mechanics to base security personnel and even janitorial staff, would presumably encounter such an aircraft. In today's digital age, where information can be disseminated with a single click, one would expect someone to leak a story or post a revealing image on social media platforms like Instagram. However, the US has a history of maintaining stringent secrecy protocols. Take, for instance, the renowned Lockheed SR-71, unofficially dubbed the Blackbird. When this aircraft was operational, its base was enveloped in utmost secrecy. The aircraft was typically housed in a hangar and was only brought out under a specific protocol. Whenever it was rolled out, sirens would blare, prompting all base personnel to lie face down, shielding their heads and shutting their eyes until the aircraft departed. The US government's credibility has been questioned on numerous occasions, especially given its history of denying the existence of other covert aircraft. Adding fuel to the fire of speculation are the diligent journalists who unearthed budgetary allocations pointing towards a secret aviation project named Aurora. Records indicate that in 1985, a staggering $455 million was funneled into this project, with subsequent funding in the following years amounting to approximately $700 million. The 1990s also saw a surge in UFO sightings. Could it be that funding for such projects continues, albeit under a different moniker? Given the complicated geopolitical landscape and the US's aspiration to maintain its position as the world's preeminent superpower, it's plausible that significant resources are being allocated to pioneering military technologies. Piecing together the available evidence suggests that the TR-3B Black Manta might indeed be more than just a theoretical experiment. However, the true nature of this aircraft and how closely it aligns with media speculations and our own perceptions remains a topic of debate. The overarching question remains: does the Aurora truly exist, and could the US military be conducting tests with it currently in the Middle East? In the heart of Palestine, the horizon is punctuated by the formidable presence of Israeli tanks, aircraft, and launchers. Their metallic forms slowly blend with the desert's dusty hue. This array of military machinery stationed along the Gaza borders is just a fraction of Israel's immense armored strength. With a fleet that dwarfs even the British Army's tank collection, Israel's 2,200 tanks stand ready, their barrels aimed westward, poised for action. A short distance to the north, near the town of Sderot, colossal, self-propelled guns are entrenched, their barrels directed towards Beit Hanun and Gaza City. These towns, just silhouettes over a hill, are in the crosshairs. The roads nearby are bustling with activity, as convoys of lorries and tankers transport essential supplies, paralleling the Gaza border. The aftermath of the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack is obvious in the border towns, where the streets, cafes, and petrol stations are teeming with reservists. The call to arms has resonated deeply, drawing over 350,000 reservists back into service. Their vehicles, a testament to their swift response, crowd the parking areas of southern Israel's major bases. Many are haphazardly parked along roadsides, evidence of the nation's youth's urgency to answer the call. Further north, in the bustling city of Tel Aviv, whispers abound of a tussle between the military brass and the civilian leadership in Netanyahu's cabinet. The military, having amassed a formidable force, is eager to act while at the peak of their preparedness. However, the government remains cautious, wary that any aggressive move in Gaza might provoke Hezbollah to strike from the northern frontier with Lebanon. Set against this backdrop of military readiness, life attempts to find its rhythm seemingly oblivious to the armored behemoths stationed nearby and flying overhead. Reports from those paying attention to what's been spotted during the escalation of the conflict and the buildup of arms on the border suggests sightings of objects similar to the Black Manta. And there's more to support the production of this top-secret jet being developed by the US Navy. The US Navy's recent acquisition of a patent has ignited a whirlwind of speculation and intrigue within the aerospace community. This patent, which pertains to a brand new aerospace technology, bears an uncanny resemblance to the descriptions of UFOs provided by fighter pilots over the years. The patent was granted for a technology conceptualized by Salvatore Cesar Pais, an aerospace engineer affiliated with the Naval Air Warfare Center Aircraft Division, now CAD. This hybrid craft, as described in the patent, is not just any ordinary aircraft. It boasts the capability to traverse air, water, and even the vast expanse of space at staggering velocities, all powered by a revolutionary electromagnetic propulsion system. When analysts got into the details of this patent, it was revealed that the US Patent and Trademark Office initially approached this technology with a healthy dose of skepticism. The very idea of such a craft existing seemed far-fetched to the patent examiner. However, this skepticism was met with a direct response from none other than the Chief Technology Officer of the US Navy. In a personal letter, the CTO emphasized that Chinese researchers are heavily investing in similar technologies, underscoring the strategic importance of this invention. The patent, bearing the title "Craft Using an Inertial Mass Reduction Device," delves into the intricacies of a technology that seems to be straight out of a science fiction novel. It claims the ability to engineer the fabric of our reality at its most foundational level, thereby influencing a system's inertial and gravitational attributes. In layman's terms, this craft, powered by this avant-garde technology, could envelop itself in a quantum field, effectively bypassing the established laws of physics. The implications of such a technology are profound. A craft equipped with this mechanism could navigate through air, water, or the vacuum of space, all the while remaining impervious to the effects of thermodynamics. When traversing water, it would be unaffected by hydrodynamic forces. Essentially, this craft would redefine our understanding of movement and propulsion, operating in a realm where conventional physics is rendered moot. The existence of this patent raises a mixture of questions. Is this the US Navy's answer to the unidentified flying objects that have puzzled and alarmed military personnel, or is it a glimpse into the future of aerospace engineering, where the boundaries of what's possible are continually pushed and redefined? Military analysts went on to shed light on intriguing correspondences between the US Navy and the US Patent Office. These letters hint at the possibility that Salvatore Cesar Pais, an inventor with a portfolio of futuristic patents, might have already conducted tests on some of these new technologies. Among his array of patents is a force field designed to deflect incoming asteroids, a concept that sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie. Interestingly, while the patent in question was initially filed in 2016 and remains theoretical, the Navy's fervent push for its approval aligns with the US military's evolving openness towards the UFO phenomenon. In a significant move earlier this year, the US Navy introduced new protocols for documenting UFO encounters. These guidelines aim to streamline the process for naval personnel to report UFO sightings. This shift in approach stems from concerns that these unidentified aerial phenomena might be cutting-edge Russian aircraft. The Navy's disclosure reveals an increasing number of encounters with highly advanced aircraft infringing upon its airspace. Naval reports frequently mention tic-tac-shaped flying objects that defy conventional understanding of physics, mirroring the descriptions in Panicks' patent. However, researchers point out a significant challenge. Powering such a craft would necessitate energy levels comparable to the magnetic forces exhibited by stars. That feat currently seems unattainable with even modern technology. Yet, another patent by Defies might offer a solution. Granted in February, this patent describes a room-temperature superconductor. In essence, superconductors are materials capable of transmitting energy without any power loss, in stark contrast to conventional conductors like copper and silver, which deteriorate over time. Historically, superconductors have only functioned in ultra-cold, controlled environments. This makes Defies' patent for a room-temperature variant particularly novel. While the practicality of these patents remains subjects of debate, they undeniably highlight the frontier of technological exploration and the US military's interest in pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The patent document elaborates on a concept that promises the transfer of electrical power without any associated losses. It boasts superior thermal management, eliminating heat dissipation. This innovation paves the way for the creation and evolution of unique energy generation and harvesting devices, promising transformative benefits for society. However, despite the immense potential of the superconductor to revolutionize energy transfer and storage, the technology outlined in the Navy's patent remains predominantly theoretical at this stage. Chief Technical Officer, CTO, of the Naval Aviation Enterprise, in a letter defending the patent, acknowledged the current limitations. He emphasized that the described mode of movement is currently beyond the state of possible. Whether that technology is possible to develop yet and has gone into the building process for the Black Manta remains unknown. Could this be US officials trying to throw the public off the track of real extraterrestrial sightings? Or is the Aurora project actively working over Palestine? Even the rumors of such an advanced aircraft being utilized against them has understandably thrown concern into Palestine. As the conflict evolves, could we see more sightings of this elusive aircraft that has claimed to defy all our current laws of physics?